Right now at 10, deported to danger. Undocumented immigrants from our area dropped off at the border and told to go back. Why it turns into a race to get them to safety.
Harassed on the job. Some realtors say a man is getting too close for comfort.
These past few days have been rough on all of us. All of us are thinking, at least I know I am, like, why?
Hundreds of people sharing their grief tonight as they remember a UT student killed in a senseless attack. The Nightbeat starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and let's get right to the Nightbeat's Jason Puckett, who attended the vigil for freshman Harrison Brown.
And Jason, understandably, a lot of emotion tonight from those speakers.
That's exactly right, Quita and Mike. A very somber day out here today. And I have to say, I've covered a number of stories out here at UT's campus from previous protests and vigils and more. And this is the first time I've seen not only the mall in front of the tower, but also the lawns and down the stairs completely filled with students. Not here today to protest or argue, but to come together and remember Harrison Brown. Here's a glimpse.
We are the Ransom Notes. Harrison joined our group at the beginning of this semester. Making music is what he loved to do, and we'd love to honor him through that. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Harrison is gone, but he has left a legacy of positivity, thoughtfulness, and devotion.
In all respects, Harrison was successful.
I said to myself, this is a decent human being. And those are hard to find.
Was lost, but now am found.
I saw my younger brothers in Harrison.
Harrison, we will miss you greatly.
I see. What we are left with tonight is a new reality, a painful reality, that our lives have forever been changed.
Lean into one another, and let's do as Harrison would have done, as the Longhorns are supposed to do. Take care of each other.
And to echo what you heard President Finvez say there, all the students I spoke with today said right now they really don't have the answers to what comes next, but they're okay with that and plan to find those answers by working together moving forward. For now, here live at UT's campus, I'm Jason Puckett, KVUE News, Nightbeat.
Okay, thank you, Jason. The 3 other victims in the attack are out of the hospital, including Stuart Bayless. He shared the terrifying moment he was stabbed in the back and in his right hand.
I didn't really fight him off, but it was just, I don't even know what happened, to be honest.
Yeah, you
just kind of reached around and we both grabbed the knife, and then when we both pulled it out, and that's what cut my hand up really badly. So.
Yeah.
Most of his injuries are in his hand, including 7 severed tendons and 2 severed nerves. After hours of surgery, doctors do believe he will eventually have full use of his hand. The Baylesses say they're grateful their son is alive and for the support they've received. Stewart expects to be back in school this fall. The suspect behind the attack, he told police he does not remember what happened Monday afternoon. Formally charged with murder, 21-year-old Kendricks White is held on a $1 million bond. Arrest documents say he acknowledged to investigators, quote, accusations of pushing someone down and I think using a bladed weapon, and later, quote, if I did something I don't remember, then I want to be told. We are working to bring you continuing coverage of every aspect of this story. Stay with us here on KVUE.com and on our KVUE mobile app. Also, all of the social media channels that you see right here on your screen.
A UT student who claimed he was stabbed in connection with Monday's attack outside Gregory's gym says he made it all up. 20-year-old Louis Rommel Yarbrough, identified in an online affidavit, actually stabbed himself while playing with a knife near 26th and Nueces. And that's according to Austin police. Yarbrough says he fabricated the story because he realized the medical bills would be very high. He now faces charges for filing a false police report.
A mugshot tonight for an Austin police officer. This is Officer Coleman Martin. APD says he faked his own death and skipped town. They've been looking for him since last week. Today, he turned up, arrested this morning at DFW Airport. Authorities say he staged a scene by parking his vehicle by a body of water near the U.S. border with Mexico. According to authorities, Martin was actually on his way back home to Austin when he was arrested. He had just landed at DFW from Columbia. The 29-year-old faces a misdemeanor charge of false report after the statewide search to find him.
Austin police need your help finding a man who sexually assaulted a woman after picking her up at the Domain. Investigators say the woman got into a white van after requesting a ride from a ride-sharing app, but the vehicle she was in wasn't the right one. Now, this all happened Sunday around 1 a.m., and this is a composite drawing of the man police are looking for. Soon after the man drove off, the woman noticed a text from the real ride-sharing driver who was waiting at the location she requested. She told police the man stopped along Mopac, and that's where she was assaulted. Police say the man was driving a white, older model van with tan interior. If you have any information, you're asked to call police.
A warning for realtors everywhere tonight in the Austin area. There is a man who several women claim is acting suspicious and harassing them to the point that they have to call police. The Nightbeat's Chris Beck spoke to a realtor who is now working with detectives to find him. Chris?
An Arkansas man accused of kidnapping and killing real estate agent Beverly Carter.
It's a situation no realtor wants to face.
Prosecutors say Aaron Lewis abducted her at a home.
A female alone showing a home is attacked and left for dead. Unfortunately, hundreds of women have died this way.
Alarmed pretty much everyone in my company.
Crystal is a real estate broker downtown, and she's referring to a man who's been posing as a client these past few months.
He insisted on tagging along and basically doing the exact same tour all over again, and that's not normal behavior.
While he hasn't physically harmed anyone, she says his behavior is alarming and escalating.
He was wearing leather gloves in the middle of the day, 85 degrees outside, and kept kind of trying to lure her to the back of the office. She was by herself, felt very uncomfortable.
When he started leaving frantic voicemails at 2 a.m. and repeatedly showing up in person, Crystal called police and learned this.
Come to find out, it's not just my company, it's actually women throughout Austin.
Austin detectives are investigating, and for now, Crystal says she wants other women to listen to their gut.
There are threats out there.
It could just save their life.
Well, the man has not been charged with the crime, so we are not sharing his name tonight, but the description of the man is very vague. All we know is that he's a very tall, white male with dark hair and that he carries shopping bags from high-end department stores, and he claims he's from New York. We have tips from realtors on how to stay safe at work, and you can find those at KVUE.com. Albert?
Breezy and cool this evening behind a front that stirred up at least a couple of thunderstorms, mainly east of Austin. Temperatures beginning to cool, but you can really feel the humidity dropping. Those dew points have dropped about 20 degrees since this afternoon. Upper 60s and 70s, and all is quiet now on Maxstorm Doppler radar. But between about the 6 o'clock hour and the 7 o'clock hour, a couple of thunderstorms briefly turning severe in southern Lee and Fayette County, producing a couple of severe hail reports, including $50 to golf ball size hail. Here's a picture from Jennifer Ashley in Warda in northern areas of Fayette County. This one from Mark Wolfel of some golf ball size hail also in Warda. Cooler tonight, breezy tomorrow. We had some warming temperatures as we head towards the weekend. Full forecast a couple of minutes away.
Thanks, Albert. A vote tonight sends a bill to ban so-called sanctuary cities to the governor's desk. SB 4 was passed by Texas lawmakers this evening. It requires all law enforcement to honor ICE detainers, which are voluntary requests from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to hold someone in jail while their immigration status is investigated. Governor Greg Abbott has indicated he would sign that bill, and that would have a big impact here in Travis County. The governor has already cut off some state funding because of Sheriff Sally Hernandez's policy limiting the county's cooperation with ICE detainer requests. If the bill becomes law and Travis County's policy doesn't change, the sheriff could face criminal charges, be removed from office, and the county could face hefty fines.
Dangers on the road back to Mexico, the race to get deported undocumented immigrants to safety.
And later in sports, a high school student finds his calling in track and field.
That breezy northwest wind makes it feel nice out there. Temperatures cooling in the 70s now. We'll be in the 50s by sunrise, getting a break from those 90s we had today, above average by 10 to 11 degrees. 70s tomorrow, a little bit more humid by the weekend. That's coming up.
51 people picked up by immigration from Austin in January. Then another sweep. 153 people detained all across South Texas, all accused of being in the country illegally. Where they go may be deported to danger.
The people we deport may be delivered to the hands of the cartels, the same cartels who put drugs on our streets. KVUE defenders traveled to the Texas-Mexico border.
Investigative reporter Erica Proffer walked the path of those deported, dropped off near McAllen, Texas at the International Bridge.
Before we get onto any main road, the warnings begin. This is customs for Mexico. We declare our cameras and gear. The officer tells us the roads where we travel are dangerous. Arturo Vargas leads the way.
They're reporting an accident.
He's a photojournalist who has dual citizenship and knows the area.
So no shootings in the last 5 hours.
Okay. The plan, walk the path of migrants deported from the United States.
What we're going to do right now is go back to the bridge, and they're going to walk us through the process. We can't take our big camera like this, so all we're really going to have is this phone, and I'll also take my GoPro.
The Hidalgo Reynosa International Bridge is a short walk, 524 feet. When a Mexican national gets deported, this is one of 9 possible deportation drops in the United States. Surveillance video we obtained from bridge cameras shows the United States deports many busloads at a time.
There are 8 people sitting now in the office to be repatriated, so we're heading there now. This is the bridge that they crossed.
Repatriation is the government's acceptance back into a home country. As migrants walk into Mexico, a sign points them to the Federal Migration Office.
Immigration office, but it's different in the United States.
Here, we're protected. Outside, threat lurks.
We have a whole line of taxis just waiting.
Some taxi drivers work with criminal organizations. Passengers can get kidnapped if they catch the wrong cab. The U.S. Department of State warns this area has the highest reporting of kidnappings, and law enforcement is limited. Ricardo Calderon Macias helps direct people out of Federal Migration Office at the bridge to his office a block away, the Tamaulipas Regional Institute for Migrants.
A efectos de cuidar que no sean víctimas de un delito. Muchos de los repatriados vienen sin dinero, sin los recursos para poder ni siquiera llevar un plato de comida.
His office will give people permanent identification, allowing them to work again. People like Fermin Galan de Sama. He crossed into the United States illegally.
Para tener una vida mejor.
Got caught feet from the river bordering Texas.
Why did you decide to cross in a raft? Why not try to go through a visa program?
Porque no contaba con la información suficiente.
From this office, Fermin and the rest of the migrants have 2 choices: bus station or a local shelter. Leaving out these doors alone would be dangerous.
Fácil irse caminando. Pero ya los secuestraban.
The office closes at 6. Deportations from the United States run until 10. People deported after hours don't get this help.
And look, the sign over there.
Shelter workers tell us cartel operatives watch the shelter gates, waiting to target migrants.
En todas partes están, en el puente, en la calle, en las tiendas donde van a cobrar, en la central de autobuses. O sea, en cualquier lugar hay personas vestidas de civil, lo ves como cualquier ciudadano, pero se acerca a ellos para llevarlos, detenerlos, robarlos.
The other shelter, La Hacienda de Vida, is a few miles away.
No vamos a decir que tenemos buena seguridad.
Paths cartel men use to smuggle drugs and humans surround the shelter.
No animals or anything like that graze on this land. It's just from people.
Tenemos un lugar donde cada migrante que llega pueda descansar y tener las 3 comidas, medicamentos si es.
When they're ready, the bus stop awaits.
El mes de febrero, en el cual hicimos una asistencia en total del mes de 574 personas.
Another warning is given. Stay inside the terminal. On our way back home,
See that?
we saw it too.
We just saw a bunch of military guys all at the gas station. It looked like they may have been getting ready for an operation or something. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 10 vehicles in one location. Behind me is the police, and if you could get really close to them, you would see that a lot of them have masks over their faces. It's because just doing their job here is dangerous. So the cartels, they'll set up checkpoints to engage in fights in the middle of the street. So I think it's about time for us to head back across the border.
The next day, cartel men ambushed police officers at a gas station. Quickly, we saw how the warnings given at the beginning of our day were real.
And the bus rides also are dangerous. Mass graves have been found filled with migrants pulled from the buses. So for those of you who are or know someone living in the United States illegally, deporting yourself may help you avoid many dangers. We've uploaded a lot of resources, including links on how to obtain legal status in the United States. Log on to KVUE.com. For the KVUE Defenders, Erica Proffer, KVUE News.
Live tower camera shaking a bit, breezy and cooler tonight. I'll show you where temperatures end up by morning next.
I stepped outside this evening and it was nice and breezy outside. Yeah. It felt nice outside.
It's almost like a front came through.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You know, come do weather. I think you can do the forecast.
I will. We've actually been listening to what you've been saying.
I love it. Yeah, front move through, northerly winds funneling in that cooler but noticeably drier air. The humidity is dropping and it's going to feel pretty nice as we start our day tomorrow. Let's talk about tomorrow. Temperatures in the 50s to start the day. We'll be in the upper 60s by midday and then upper 70s for highs. So getting a break from those 90s at least for a couple of days. Here's the front now, moving across the middle and upper Texas coast. Only severe thunderstorm warning right now in the state of Texas is near Port Arthur because of some large hail, but we're done with the rain tonight. And the only severe hail that we had reported was in Fayette County. This is in Warda, our KVUE weather snapshot courtesy of Natalie Bloom. $50 to golf ball size hail reported in portions of Fayette County. Giddings and Lee County reporting 1 inch or quarter size hail. But we're done with the rain tonight. Clear skies with a breezy north wind. We'll start off in the 50s in the morning. Great afternoon in the 70s. I think we'll get into the upper 70s here in Austin under all that sunshine. Grass and pecan pollen in the medium count. Low amounts of mold with its drier air mass moving in. Your allergy forecast from the KVUE Storm Team found every day in the Statesman. So tonight we'll cool into the upper 50s. We're still in the 70s now, so we'll cool throughout the evening with a breezy north wind. And then tomorrow's breezy and sunny, just some high clouds coming in from the west. High temperature in Austin at 79 degrees. Temperatures will range from mid-70s in the hill country to near 80 degrees, also down south in the San Marcos and Luling area. So here's the bigger perspective of this storm system. Upper level low located here, the front moving through the state of Texas. East Texas had the brunt of this thunderstorm activity with numerous hail and wind reports. And when it came to rain, Louisiana hit hard the Lake Charles area, picking up nearly 10 inches of rainfall, and it's still raining here along I-10. Numerous reports of cars stranded this afternoon off of I-10 in Lake Charles and north of Lake Charles in the Sulphur, Louisiana area. Reports of water inside folks' homes. So that's where the bad weather continues here tonight. For us, high pressure builds in, but not until the winds continue. Still breezy tomorrow, breezy on Friday. Notice the mornings cool in the 50s, mild in the afternoon, back in the 80s on Friday. Warmer, a little bit more humidity, but Saturday looks fantastic. You'll notice the humidity on Sunday. That'll add to more cloud cover by Monday. Small chance for a spotty shower Tuesday. An isolated thunderstorm can't be ruled out about a week from today. But for May, that is a very quiet weather forecast. May typically the stormiest month of the entire year, so we'll take it.
I want it to just stay nice and quiet.
Me too. I like that idea. Me too.
All right. Thanks, Howard.
Okay.
Well, Mike, you just can't outrun the long arm of the law.
Apparently not. Lots of social media reaction with this story. Charlie Strong gets called out by a judge. Yeah, you heard it right. Life is already a little rough in Florida for the former UT coach when KVUE returns.